Hey guys, how you doing? Come on in here. Happy Monday. Come on in. Happy Monday. Let me go ahead and just quickly check to make sure that you guys can hear me and my volume is good. If you can go ahead and give me a one in the chat. I'm just making sure that you guys can hear me and we're good to go. Let me do a test. Okay, good. So we are live and we are good to go. Happy Monday, y'all. Happy Monday. Come on in. Give me a one in the chat just to make sure that you can hear me. Give me a one in the chat just to make sure that you can hear me. Welcome to our Monday night training. Welcome to our Monday night training. If you are in the group where insurance agents and financial professional unleash their inner CEO, welcome. It's your girl, Sherri Summer Bell. Hey Lisa, how you doing? Give me a one in the chat, Lisa, just to make sure that you can hear me and that all is well, that you can hear me. One in the chat. If this is your first time catching me live, if this is your first time inside our group every Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we go live in your group to help you to build your credibility and your cash flow. So today is like no other. We're going to be talking about the 3 C's principle for success in your financial business. I typically work with high achieving insurance agents and financial professionals, teaching them how to unleash their inner CEO so they can build a credibility and cash flow using my Joyful Tribe Builder formula without sacrificing their family time. I'm excited to launch out this training. Come on in. Thank y'all for the one. Hey, Lisa. Hey, Dr. Shonda Love. How you doing, gorgeous? Thank you for the one. Come on in. Come on in. As you come in, tell us who you are and tell us what you do. As you come in, tell us who you are. Tell us what you do because I want to be able to gear the training towards you. So we're going to be going over the 3C principle for success in your financial business. Why am I touching on this? Well, the reason I'm touching on this is because when we're done having this training, you should be able to really articulate the next level, the next decision, how to articulate the next step or the next decision that you need to make when it comes to growing your business. When you're able to, sometimes we have analysis paralysis that keep us stuck. That means we're analyzing things, we're overthinking things sometimes, and we don't know what strategy to use in our mind to move our business forward. Am I by myself? I don't know what strategy to use to move out. I know I need clients. I know I need very more profitable clients, a high value clients, dream clients, but I don't know what's the first step? What is the first step in doing so? I know I need to market on social media, but how do I channel the right thing to follow in order to get the results that I desire? That's what we're talking about, the 3C principles. I'm going to show you how using principle as a guide helps me navigate and cut off all the noises so I can attract that blueprint necessarily to get the results that I desire. All right. So come on. Sharon says, I am Sharon and I'm a financial professional life insurance agent of NWMLS. Come on in and welcome for this part of our space. Welcome. It's so nice for you to be here. I also have is it Simon Young says is it Simone? Simone Young says, hi everyone. Hey Simone, how you doing, gorgeous? Dolores is in the house as well. Dolores and Lisa is also part of our Joyful Builder Academy. And this inside this academy, we teach you how to build your credibility, community, and cash flow using our Joyful Tribe Builder formula. Andrea says, assist service-based women in business ownership in health, wealth, and relationship management. I love that. And manage their finance to live their best life on their terms. I love that. Okay, come through. Hey Cheryl, how you doing? Cheryl is also part of it. We got a whole bunch of Joyful Tribe Builder Academy members up in here. Okay, and also our Unleash Her Mastermind people. All right. So if you're ready to get started on our training today, give me a yes in the chat to let me know that you're ready to get started on our training today. Yes in the chat so we can get it going. If this is your first time catching me live, hello, welcome. If you're tuning in from YouTube, make sure you jump into joinsherry.com. So if you're tuning in from YouTube, okay, let's get into what we're talking about. The 3C principle. Where's my yes, yes? Thank you, Sharon. I was looking for that. Where's my yes, yes? Thought y'all can learn something today. You know to grab the Diva notebook and your diamond pen when I get on here, right? Somebody told me the other day on my conference, she's like, girl, I got a whole notebook just for Sherri Summers University. A whole notebook. Lisa said, I help women to embrace their freedom, power, and abundance after divorce and separation. I love that, Queen. We need you out here in this street. Okay. All right. Yes, yes. Let's go. So the 3C principle for success in your financial business. Well, you heard me say the word principles, right? Principles. What does that mean, Cher? What are principles? Well, let me be clear. Inside of our Joyful Tribe, Siri's about to talk. We just got to give Siri a moment. Inside our Joyful Tribe, there are three things we do for our clients to be able to generate 250K or more consistently. Consistently. There are three things that we do. And in order for us to do that, you have to be in the right alignment in order to be able to use the model, right? There's a model that we show you how to build your credibility and get clients on demand. And for this to be successful, you have to understand the model. But understanding the model, there's two things prior to even using the model that has to be in alignment. And the first thing, number one, if you're at Unleash Her, this is just a repeat. The first thing is your anointing. Like my brother, today's his birthday. Shout out to Andre. Today's my brother's birthday, and we went out to eat. And he said to me, sis, what book should I be reading? Like what book would you recommend for me to read? My brother's an entrepreneur like myself. He's a promoter. And he said to me, what book do you recommend that I read? And I said to him, the book that I recommend that you read is the Bible. The Bible. I'm a God girl. Sorry if this is not your area. If you're not a God girl, we're going to be talking about Jesus sometimes around here. So if this is not your area, is that okay? Because this is not the life for you. I'm a God girl. So we're going to be talking about Jesus a little bit. So he said to me, oh, so you recommend me reading the Bible? I said, yes. I said, I can recommend a whole bunch of other books. We All Should Be Millionaires by Rachel Rodgers. I can recommend Disruptive Thinking by T.D. Jakes. All of that. But what I do recommend for you to read first is the Bible. Because whether I'm reading T.D. Jakes or Rachel Rodgers or so many of the books that I have on my list, they all have a component of the Bible. They all have a component of entrepreneurship. They all have a component of biblical principles, right? That we're getting into today. So when I told him that, I said, you should be reading the Bible, right? I said, especially as an entrepreneur, right? Faith without works is dead. That's a principle, right? So all of this, what you're reading from other people, there is a component from what they're saying that's really originated from the Bible, right? So that kind of blew his mind. I want to share that with you. Does that make sense? Yes, yes, if that makes sense, right? So when I'm telling him that about reading the Bible, that's where it starts inside of our Joyful Tribe Builder Academy. We start with the anointing. We start with understanding that ideas of making money, attracting clients does not come from us. Understand that those ideas, when you get aha moments in the shower or something, a light bulb comes off, where does that come from? That comes from your you being aligned with your spirituality, right? Where does those favors and opportunities come from? You being in alignment with your spirituality. So number one, the first thing we always lead with, we are allowed to lead freely, is our anointing, right? I just stay with me. That I'm not going to touch on that too much, but that's phase one, right? Knowing that your strength can't do it. There's somebody else that's downloading that information to you. And then from that information, then they're turning those information. Now, when you get those information, you're going to say, all right, I get a download from heaven, right? I get a download from heaven. And then the download from heaven say, do this, right? Do this. And you're like, okay, what am I supposed to do with this idea that you just said to me, God? What am I supposed to do with it? That's what we're talking about tonight. Like, that's what we're talking about today. How do I take that idea and spread that idea to impact lives and also make an income while I'm doing it as well, right? And because there's some of you guys are sitting on $1 million idea, right? And you don't know how to make it work for your industry. You don't know how to make it work for your financial industry. So you're stuck. Put a me in the chat if you're that person, right? You have $1 million idea. There's times that things come to you and you don't know how to execute on that idea. You don't know what the next step that you need to do, but the idea sounds great, but what do I do next? What do I do? Is this really real? And then there are times when things are presented to you and said, hey, let me birth that out of you. Let me bring that out of you. And you still going around in circle because you're not sure, you're not trusting yourself, you're not believing yourself to bring it to fruition. If that's you, give me a me in the chat. I want to make sure that we have some honesty and transparency before I move forward. So in Joyful Tribe, we talk about getting that download, right? Being in alignment in what we believe. And then we get that download. When you get that download, we turn those downloads into principle, right? We check our downloads we check our downloads based on principle. I got some yes. Okay, good. Me. Thank y'all for your honesty with that too. I love that. Thank y'all for your honesty. My mommy says a closed mouth don't get fed, right? If you need help, you got to open your mouth. Okay. So when you get those, what we call anointing, then what I do is, so let's say you get an idea to grow your business. Something came to you, you get an idea to grow your business. And if you're in my space, we give you the blueprint of how to execute on the idea, right? So then the next step is principle. Does this idea make sense? What am I missing? What are the parts that I'm missing to bring the answer to? So if I'm looking at my business, I'm saying, hey, I need more clients, right? I need more clients because the desire that I have for my heart is in somebody else's pocketbook, right? Period. Like the desire I have to spread my message, right? I believe I'm a God girl. I said that already. So if you're not a God girl, I got you, understand, but I'm a God girl, right? I believe that we're all disciples for God, right? We're all disciples for God. Now, pastor is a disciple for his church. You are a disciple for whatever vehicle God chooses to use you in, right? So everybody has their own discipleship. So everybody has their own vehicle of how they lead people to God based on the gifts that God has given them. If you're a singer, you're singing some songs to God, right? Some singers use it for other people. That's on them. But everything that you do is to really to shift your belief system and the belief system of other people, right? But in order to shift your belief system, you first have to, in order to shift other people's belief system, you first have to shift your own belief system, right? Are we following here? Yes. Okay. So how do we do that? We do that based on what we call principle, because saying that to shift your belief system is not clear to you, right? It's not clear to you. And it's not clear to you because of experiences that you've had in the past. It's not clear to you because some things that you've been through. So when I say, hey, you 90K to 90 days, you're not going to believe me because you've been hurt in the past. You're looking at things. What if it goes wrong instead of what if it goes right? Right? What if this happened? Like, I don't invest in anything unless I'm like, I know it's going to happen. And here's why. Principle. So what is principle? Principle can refer to a foundational truth or rules that guide a person's behavior, decisions, or belief. They are the fundamental values and concepts that shape how an individual society operates, right? So principles serve as moral compass, helping people make ethical choices, right? Follow me, stay with me. Principle can refer to a fundamental truth. So give me an example of a principle. When we say gravity, anything that goes up must come down. That's a principle. That's gravity. Isn't that true? If I take this pen up, it's going to come down, right? If the pen goes up, it has to come down. Why? Gravity. That's the principle of gravity. That's the principle of gravity. So principle is the truth, right? If I put this pen down, it's going to go down. It's very, very simple. That's an example of principle. Newton's law, anything is in motion will stay in motion until acted upon, right? So if I'm driving a car and it's in motion driving, and then there's a tree and we hit the tree, right? It'll stop because something acted upon it. That's a principle. So if you can believe anything in motion is stay in motion until it's acted upon, if you can believe that everything is up will come down because of gravity, you also believe that All you have to do is have faith, the grain of a mustard seed, right? So if there's something that you want to do, right? If there's something you want to learn so you can apply to your business, so you can generate wealth for your family, you know, all you need to know is the principle of that thing. Does that make sense? Yes, yes. Yes, yes, if that makes sense. We're talking about principle right now. 3C principles of success in a financial business. The 3C principle. So if you know that, yes, yes, thank y'all. Thank y'all. Y'all talking back to me tonight. I love it. Yes, thank you, Bonnie. I love it. Another one of our Joyful Tribe Builder member. Y'all are deep today, baby. Yes. So if I know that I have a problem in my business, stay with me. Stay with me. And if I believe in my anointing, we gotta go back there, that all I have to do is have a little faith, right? The grain of a mustard seed, and I can move mountain, right? If I know that. I didn't say that, read your Bible. When it comes to finding solutions to a problem, which is the problem may be I need to learn how to generate leads. The problem may be I need to be able to, I'm not credible in my industry. I need more people to know who I am, and which is what we help people do. I need to know I'm the best kept secret, and I need to transform that. When we know so we know what the problem is. We know what the problem. We know that you have something amazing. You have an expertise. You have mastered a skill that you know inside and out that will help people and transform people's lives. However, they can't find you. They can't find you, right? So because they cannot find you, you're gonna be like, okay, how do I start letting people find me? How do I start letting people find me? All right. So here I come along and say, hey, I have a model. I have a Joyful Tribe Builder system that helps you to build your credibility and increase your authority, increase your visibility, increase your cash flow to make you generate clients on demand, right? So I have this system, and you're saying to yourself, oh, okay. So here's the offer being presented to you. And you're like, can I say yes to this offer? Can I say no to this offer? You're scratching your head, right? But principles say all you have to do is have faith, a grain of a mustard seed, right? Okay. So we're going to stay away from the Bible for 1 second and let's go deeper. You have a problem that is not going away, right? You have and the problem is I'm only talking to people who are ready to get out of their problem. So you have a situation where you need to generate more leads. I had a client, shout out to Tanya, who had a meeting with her the other day, and she's like, Sherri, I have too many leads. I have 100 leads a week coming in, and I don't know what to do with them. Okay. And I'm like, girl, that's a good problem to have. Okay. And that's the power of doing the Joyful Tribe model. So, and for the record, Joyful Tribe is closed. So we're not selling that tonight. Okay. It's closed. So we're not selling you anything tonight, but follow what I'm saying. So knowing you have a problem, you want to be able to increase your visibility. You want to be seen as the expert. You want to be able to generate cash flow. You want to be able to build a community of people that want what you have. If that's what you want, put a 1 in the chat. I just want to make sure I'm talking to the right people. Put a 1 in the chat if that's something that you want. You want to be able to, you're tired of being the best kept secret. You're tired of being, know this thing, you know, a particular thing, you know, a framework to do something, but nobody know you know this framework, right? Nobody know you know this framework. And you're like, that's it. That is it. Hey, Sharon, how you doing, Queen? How are you? So no one knows that you know this thing, and you're tired of being this best kept secret. And you're like, but your industry is telling you call people every day, dial 300 people a day, do this, do that, you know, but they're not. And you're like, that doesn't align with my principle. Go back to that again. You're telling me what to do, but it doesn't align with my principle, right? So what I do is whenever something and the solution is presented to me, listen up. 3C is a principle. 3C principle is success in your financial business. Stay with me. I ask myself, when I have that problem, am I clear on the problem? Am I clear on what the problem is? If you know the problem you are having in your business right now, that you're clear beyond a shadow of doubt of what you need help with in your business, put it in the chat right now. What is a problem? The one problem you have that if you get the solution to that problem, it will transform your life. What is that one problem? Go ahead and put that in the chat. I want to talk towards that problem too as well. Go ahead and put that in the chat. So you know you have a problem. So now you're like, I need to find the answer for that problem. How do we go about knowing if the answer that we receive is the right answer? That's what I want to talk to you about. How do we know if that is the right answer? When I was planning this training, I kept saying I want to convey to them to really use their God-given intuition to understand if they're on the right track, to think at a higher level so they can make better decisions and execute, take action on a higher level. That was what I want your takeaway to be from this live. All right, so let's go over what we're talking about. Principle, y'all. We're talking about principle. Principle says to me, she said, more visibility through videos and community. Okay, more I love that. More visibility through videos and community building. Oh, you're in the right space, Queen. You're in the right building. What does building mean? What was that from? What Simone? Okay, Bill. Okay, I see what you're saying. I got you. Okay, tell us what's the one problem that you have. One problem that if you learn how to do this problem, you truly believe that this problem, if you solve this problem, it will transform your business. Okay. Whew, this is so good, y'all. So good. So I say to myself, whenever I'm about to make a decision to get the answer to what I need, I go towards principle. I go towards principle. So if I'm using Joy for Travel as an example. So if I know that there's a clear blueprint that can help me get clients on demand, that can help me get high value clients, right? How do I know that? How do I trust that word? How do I trust that? Well, here's the idea behind this. I always look how many people have other people got results from it, right? I want to get clear. C word, C, clear. 3 C's principle. Number 1 is clear. Somebody put clear in the chat. I need to get clear. I got to get clear on what my problem is. Somebody say exposure. I like that. Adrienne Wynn say exposure. I love that. Hey, Adrienne, how you doing, gorgeous? Kathy said getting clients and closing them. Your one problem is getting clients and closing them. So you want to know how to generate more leads to get more clients and convert that leads into a sale, Kathy. I just want to make sure that I'm clear on that with you. Okay. So yeah, so put clear in the chat. What is the principle of community? I love this. Okay, community building. So when someone said to me, hey, I can help you over here, the first thing I said to myself is, let's look at the principle of success. The principle of success, we got to get clear on what a problem is, because if you don't know what your problem is in your business, well, you're just spinning the wheels in your business. You're just showing up. I was talking to my videographer who does my reels for me, and she was like, I don't want to be posting social media just to be posting. What is the intention behind why I'm doing this, right? So that's the first thing. You're getting clear on saying to yourself, what is the one problem that I have why I'm not increasing my revenue? More than likely, the one problem you have of why you're not increasing your revenue because you're not clear. You're not clear on the target market that you solve, the problem that you solve, and the target market of who you solved it for. You're probably trying to solve it for everybody, right? So you got to get clear, because once you get clear on what the problem is, now here's the thing. I always tell my clients, here's a blueprint to do XYZ. When someone presents you, Kathy, with the blueprint of how to do something, all I want to know, maybe it's just me, but when someone presents me with a blueprint, all I want to know, hey, who else have done this blueprint and have found success, right? Because the thing of success is just following something over and over again until I master it, right? So as long as there's what we call a blueprint, a formula, a model, as long as I'm clear that there's a model and someone followed the model and got results, there's no way I can't get that results. What makes that person different from me? What makes that person different from you? So in your problem, Simone, I love your name, by the way, in your problem of wanting to get that exposure to build your community, in your problem, you're saying, okay, where can I go? And I said, Simone, Joyful Tribe Builder model. That's exact, and it is exactly what we tell people to do. But in that, but if you want to know, will it work for you? Which is what drives me crazy when people get on my sales call, because I'm saying to myself, you're seeing people getting results, right? And only thing you have to do when someone give you something, when someone say to you, hey, make these 300 calls a day, when y'all uplines or y'all partners or y'all agency telling y'all to make these 300 calls a day, what do you think they're doing? They know the more calls you make, whether you get 10,000 no's or not, is building your system to communicate better and mastering your communicating. So what the first thing is, C, in the 3 C's principle of success in your financial business is, number one, you got to identify first what problem you have. You have. Not, you can't be solving other people's problem until you know what your problem is, right? So you got to understand what your problem is. So I just like my client says, hey, listen, I'm not getting sales. I need to sign up for Joyful Tribe Builder system, right? So now you're saying to yourself, is this a right decision? Well, do you have case studies and all that stuff that you can do? She said, that's good. Thank you for saying that. Okay. And do you have case study to follow? Yes. Once a person has a system, there's no way that someone can trick me into doing anything, because principle states that if I do something consistently over and over, it will compound. Yes or no? Principle states, if I do something in order to achieve wealth, I got to figure out how to do a specific thing over and over and over again. I build my entire business using live videos and going live over and over and over again. That's a principle, right? Principle, and literally that's how I build my entire business, right? So that's what principles say to me. Principle also says, if I put money in high yield, high interest account, and I keep putting that money in there over and over again, I'm going to generate more revenue than I put in, right? Yes or no? Yes or no? That's what principle states. So I learned that all I have to do is to know the blueprint, get clear on what oh, Jesus, this is so good. All I have to do is know, and all you have to do, Bonnie, and all you have to do, Kathy, and all you have to do, Nicole, and all you have to do, Simone, is know the blueprint of the answer that you seek, and you follow that blueprint over and over and over and over again. Yes or no? I see some yes in the chat, Bonnie. I see some yes in the chat. I'm giving y'all a minute. I'll give y'all a minute. So once you you got to get clear on the blueprint, and then thank y'all for the yes. Once you get clear on the blueprint, I'm following what principle says. I'm not even relying on fact is, because I walk by faith and not by facts. Okay, I walk by faith and not by facts. That's a whole other different story right there. Because principle states that if I do something and do it over and over again, I'm going to be a master at that thing. So for example, I have my signature story about how I got started and all that stuff. Whenever I go anywhere, I tell my signature story. That is the story. That's my business. I've said it so many times that I know how to say. So it doesn't matter what someone is trying to tell you. If they say they have something for you, and you don't have to know the clarity. All you have to do is master the blueprint. All my clients have to do is get clear on what the blueprint is and for them to do it over and over, and they'll see results. We make things so hard. Makita, we make things so hard when you don't have to be. Your job, oh Jesus, if principle says the more I do something, the better I get at it, and somebody give me the blueprint of how to do it, all I have to do is keep doing it over and over. Yes, I may get frustrated. Yes, I may stumble. That's all part of the Bible. You stumble, but you will not fail, right? That's all part of it. So what's the problem? Why are we not successful? What is the problem? Why are we not successful? So I need to get clear on what it is that I'm doing, right? Well, I got clear on what the blueprint is. And once I get clear on the blueprint, the hardest part is when we're trying to build it, right? When we were doing Unleash Your Inner CEO conference, that was my first time getting clear on how do I like boutique conference? Do I like mega conference? But now I have a blueprint. Now I have a blueprint of how to do it and what I want to do next time and so on and so forth. The hardest part is learning. So our first C is getting clear, because these 3 C's are what I use to grow my business and make decisions in my business. So the first C is I'm getting clear on what I'm going to be doing, right? I'm getting clear. Now, I don't have to know the whole how to do it. Notice I said, get clear on what I'm going to be doing. What does the blueprint? Our blueprint teaches you how to build your credibility and build your cash flow. That's what the blueprint will do. So I'm getting clear that I'm learning how to build my credibility. I'm learning how to build a community of people that want what I have, right? That's what I'm getting clear on. So boom, you got the blueprint right there. You got it. That's the outcome of the blueprint. That's the outcome. I have a framework, a 9-step framework that my clients follow, and they have the blueprint. Boom. Now, once you got the blueprint and you're working that blueprint, when you work something over and over, thank you, Bounce Bob, I love it, and you're working that blueprint over and over and over and over, because you got the blueprint and you're working it over and over and over again, what happens when you do that? What happens when you do that? When you're doing something over and over, yes, you're going to stumble. Yes, you're not going to be clear. Okay, step 1, because let me tell you, step 1, step 2, step 3, it's not that it doesn't work. It's just you got to go back to your principle and anointing to say, okay, I got to take this step. Oh, Sherri want me to go live. Oh, I'm not sure. That doesn't mean the blueprint doesn't work. You just have to build the inner you, the inner CEO you for you to do it, right? So you just have to build an inner you to do it. So as I do something, I don't know about you, but as I do something, I become confident in it. See, so we're getting clear on what we're doing, right? Don't know how. Notice why I said the how doesn't come. Why doesn't the how come into clarity? The how doesn't come into clarity because how is in the doing. In the door. When my clients paid to be inside of our signature group, Joyful Tribe, we have another mastermind group called Unleash Her. But when our clients paid to be in Joyful Tribe to learn the model, to learn the system, they don't know the how till they get in there, but they're clear on what the results of the model will do. So you can be clear. All you need to know is the results and trust yourself to do it. And trust yourself. This is where the anointing comes in. This is where principle comes in, because principle states, if I do this consistently, right? If I do it consistently over and over, I'm going to master my results. So all I need to know is get clear on what the blueprint will do for me. And I need to do that thing over and over. And as I do it, I become confident. As I become confident, I become consistent. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. So I was clear. And then as I get clear, I become confident. And as I become confident in doing it, then I become consistent. So let me ask you a question. That's the financial secret to success. Very simple. So there's nothing you can sign up for that will not work for you if you follow these principles. If you follow these three C principle, how can it not work for you? And Bouncer Fun, he says multiple times for the no. I want to go one time a week. Our system only teach you how to go live one time a week. Not multiple times. We ain't got time for that. This is without sacrificing our family time. The question is go live. Do we go live multiple times a day? No. One time a week. Can you do one time a week? But my point here is this should ease your pain, or this knowing this idea, knowing this way of thinking, right? Because I'm always trying to shift the way you think. Knowing this idea, knowing this way of thinking, that there is a system out there that I know for a fact all I have to do is learn how to get clear on what it is. And then when I get clear on what it is, it builds my confidence. Here's where most people fail, right? Here's where most people fail. Oh, I didn't bring my stuff for y'all. I wanted to bring my thing out for y'all. When most people fail is they thinking something don't work because they give up on the thing before they build their muscle to keep doing it. So it's you're not broken. You don't need fixing. You can't get that's not the problem. Anybody trying to tell you that's not a problem. All you need is a clear blueprint of the problem you're going through in your business. And once you get that clear blueprint, your job is to build the patience with yourself, keyword, because anytime you're doing something for the first time, you got to have a little patience with yourself, right? And once you learn the blueprint, like I'm learning something today, I'm learning something new today that I'm going to be working on, and I'm giving myself patience to learn it. So I'm trying to figure out how we struggling in our business, because principle states that if I learn something and I take the time to learn it and I do it over and over again, I have to be successful. Not maybe successful. I have to be successful. So if I go to gym, my son is in soccer and he's the youngest one on his soccer team, and he go to practice and he go to soccer games and he go to practice and he go to soccer games and he go to practice and he go to soccer games. Why? Because mommy ain't paying for college, right? So he going to soccer games and he go to practice and he go to soccer games, and then he go to practice with his dad and he go to soccer games and he go to practice with his dad. Mommy ain't paying for no college because it's going to come from soccer, because he go to practice. Right? How much I need to play? I will pay for that soccer cleats. I will pay for that. So all the excuses of why you can't be successful is in your head. That was the whole point of this whole thing. All this excuse, because if you believe what principle says, right? And I just gave you a principle that if you do the same thing over and over and over, it must give you results. 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 If you do the same thing, the one thing over and over. So the hardest part is just learning the steps or whatever the blueprint. And that's in anything. That's in anything. But once you learn the steps, when you first deal, if you're in insurance space, when you first deal with your upline, that you come in, they give you the sales script, you're gonna start talking from the sales script. It feels a little awkward because you're out of alignment, but that's a different story. But it feels awkward for a little bit. It feels weird, like you're riding a bike for the first time. And then because you're trying to get clear. Your brain is trying to get clear. It's like me trying to learn IUL, right? Index Universal Life. Okay, what? How do they save money? How do they not outlive their money? What? What? Huh? What? Is it what? Is it a term policy? Is it not a term policy? That's how it was, right? But then as I continue to have communication, the highest form of value, if you're in Joyful Tribe, you know what that means. Your highest form of value is communication. But as I started having practice communication, not practice, but as in like writing policies, it got clearer and clearer. That is why you will never be super clear until you do. It's in the doing that you get clear. That's it. It's in the doing. You get clear. The only clarity you need is what is the purpose or the intention of this blueprint or of this formula that I'm learning. What is the intention? Will this give me more clients? What is the intention of this activity that I'm doing? What is the intention behind it? And based on that intention, oh my goodness, I just had a VIP day with somebody, and for myself, and there's like, wow, like Sherri, if your clients get the foundation of what you're teaching them, they would never run out of leads. And I was like, I know, I have a client that's worried about all the leads she's getting and can't figure it out what to do with it. So so because people will tell you what to do after you get leads, but they're not telling you how to even get the leads, right? So my business teach you how to get the leads. So the thing about it, but the reason how she arrived at that part is because she did something consistently. Even when she was arguing or yelling or whatever it may be for her, she did it consistently. So I'm explaining to you, how then are you struggling to do anything when it comes to your business if you understand the principle of how a person learn and understand something? If you understand the principle of how a person learn and understand, then there should be no struggling on your behalf, because in the beginning it's just what we call growing pains. Put growing pains in the chat. I don't like that word, but I think we're going to stick with that one. Growing pains. Put growing pains in the chat. And when you are going through your what we call your growing pains, I'm trying to get to our workbook so we can go through this. When you're understanding what your growing pains is in your life and in your business, it's just part of the process. It's literally just part of the process. Let me explain to you what that looks like. Okay, come on. Cancel that. Let me explain to you what that growing pain looks like, and it's different for everybody. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Yeah, right here. All right. When you are, yeah, growing pains. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So growing pains. Whenever I'm teaching something up with someone, if you can if you can take the time to really go through the growing pains of something, then you will be able to get on top. I'm trying to get through so you can see what I'm talking about when I say growing pains, because this is how a person learn. This is how a person learn, and I don't want you to miss this. I don't want you to miss this. Let me see this one right here. Okay, good. This one. All right. This is some stuff. Yeah, I need to get in the room and I tell y'all to get in the room, but let me share this thing with you. When you are learning something, when you are learning anything, when you are learning something, it's what we call, you have these 4 stages of learning, right? 4 stages. Put 4 in the chat. 4 stages of learning. 4 in the chat. 4 stages of learning, right? Y'all, if you're just joining me, we're talking about the 3 C's principle for success in your financial business. Stage number 1 is where you're unconscious and you're incompetent stage, right? So my clients who join Joyful Tribe from my conference, they're in the unconscious and incompetent stage. They're not sure about what to do yet. There's a framework, so they're still trying to learn that stage, right? They're still trying to learn. That's in anything, right? You don't understand. You're riding a bike for the first time. Where's the handlebars? Where's the brake? Okay, how do I even driving a car for the first time? You can't do it smoothly. You're just unconscious and incompetent. Then now you start the car. The car is going. Now you're conscious, but you're still incompetent because you know how to press the gas and you know how to move, but you still got to look down to move the gear, right? You still got to look down to go and drive and go and park, right? So you still got to look down to go and drive, but you can turn the car on. You know, you're holding the wheel tight with 2 hands because you are conscious and incompetent stage, right? So in that conscious and in that competent stage, what happened next is now you got to move to the conscious, and you have now after the conscious, you're moving to competent. Competent. So you're conscious, you're competent, you press the brake, you can start the car, you can start, maybe go to the store by yourself, right? Just go to the store by yourself. And after a while, after keep going to the store by yourself over and over, honey, you conscious and you competent. You doing it without even. Now you're at this stage where you're doing it unconsciously. Like it's like waking up 4 a.m. It's just unconsciously. You just wake up. You don't even need an alarm clock. You just do it so much they just wake up. That's the way people learn. Give me a yes, yes in the chat if you get that. Right? And what happened is people stop at stage 1 and stage 2 thinking that they can't do anything and thinking that, oh my God, I won't ever get this, because they don't understand this is natural way of learning. Baby, you're learning. You're not broken. You're learning. You are learning, queen. You are learning. And then they say, oh, it doesn't work. And you doesn't work. So they're going to start again and try again. I know that I can relate to that because this framework, this model, I've had it since 2016, 2017, 2018. I've restarted 3 times because I thought something was wrong with me. But no one told me that there's stages of learning to the point where I master it and can just do it unconsciously and competent without even thinking. Just doing it without even know I'm doing it. Right? And that's where you need to get at. But you can't get that. You can't go from stage 1 of being unconscious and incompetent to stage 4 of being unconscious where you're just doing it naturally and competent. Oh, this is so good, y'all. This is so good. So when you have a problem and there's a solution that presents itself, a problem as in I need to get more clients, I need to build my credibility, build my community. All you have to understand is the principle that if I learn how to do something and I believe in myself and stick with it, it has to work, period. If you just allow yourself the ability to stick with the thing, and I'm clear on what this thing does for me, it builds your confidence. And because you're confident, you're going to keep doing it over and over again because it builds your confidence. All you need, here's the thing. Some of y'all don't have the blueprint, and you don't have the blueprint because you're thinking, will it work for me? How can it not work for you? It baffles my mind when people get on a call with me and be like, will it work for me? And I'm like, well, you got to my call, so clearly it works. So the same framework I'm teaching you is the same framework that you got you on my call. So how can you not know it worked for you? Like you're an example on the call that it works. Like if you understand the power of how you stages of learning, all you have to do is stick with it. As long as you have sticking power, it works for you. Somebody will see me from Instagram, get on a call with me, and then ask me, does this work? Right? Does this work? And I'll say, well, you got on the call. I'm teaching you how to get people to your calls. So how can you ask me if it work? Oh, he said, where do I find the blue? Well, you got to sign up for Joyful Trial to find a blueprint. But the point here is this. It's not just for Joyful Tribe. It's for anything in your life. Like it's for anything in your life and business. You have to find, thank you, love. Thank you. I appreciate it. You're thinking, when someone say to me on a sales call, I'm stuck with this. I need to know how to do this. My numbers are low. I'm not, the way how the strategy of what they're telling me to do is not in line with my soul, is not in line with my family. That strategy does not work for me. When someone tell me that, and I hear the pain of what they're saying, but what's blocking them from taking action is because they don't know if this is a good fit for them. And the reason why they don't know is because they don't understand the power of learning. Right? Will I have time to do this? Will I have time to do that? Is this a good time? Is this do you want to solve the problem? If I have a toothache, I'm not going to say this is not the time for me to go to the doctor to check on the toothache. So is the pain, and I used to say to them, the pain is not severe enough, babe, because if this a pain, if being broke is not severe enough, but you're comfortable, is you're not broke, you got enough some money generated. So it's not, I want to talk to people is like, just I get agents who like, hey, I have downlines, but I have so much expertise. I want to figure out how to build a coaching program around this financial expertise that I got. How do I build my credibility to turn that into a book, turn that into an event, that's what I get. Those are the people I get. Like it's not even, yes, I'm making money, but I'm making money the hard way. I need to take this credibility that I got. I have something inside of me I need to birth. And every day I get tired, I get bored, because when you get in a stage like that, you're just frustrated. You're making money, but you're just kind of like, oh, I could be doing so much more. I could have been doing so much more, right? I could be doing so much more with my time. So I'm explaining to you that is the way how problems are solved. So if you are clear, if you understand that you're unconscious and incompetent when you're first starting out, and that's okay. That's a normal stage of learning something. If you understand that, that's just a normal. Be patient with yourself. Yep, time and patience. That's it. That's it. And the time, because even somebody said, "Well, I need money tomorrow." Well, baby girl, you ain't gonna get no money with that energy, because your money's based on energy, right? So you're not on a clock to learn the it's not a race to learn these things, right? I gotta jump off, but I just want you to understand that you're at a stage of when you first enter anything, because you're learning the thing of unconscious and incompetent stage. You're just learning it, right? You're just where all the knobs are, where all this. Now you're getting conscious. Okay, I know how to start it, right? I know how to do something. That's why even like when my clients start working with me, I would give them the blueprint, and then I kind of just let them ease off with them for a little bit. And then I'm like, no, move, you know? So after a while, I'm like, okay, you've been sitting here for a minute now. You've been sitting here for a minute. Let's go, right? So I just wanted to kind of share with you with the 3 C's. Let's be clear again, is getting clear on the solution. Once you get clear on the solution, which is what we call the blueprint, the framework, the model, the system, once you get clear on the solution of your problem, the next thing is then say to yourself, if I just work this solution and allow myself patience, going through the stages of learning, if I just allow myself patience to keep working the model, not 10 models, one model over and over again, so I can get my desired results, right? Because when I get clear on the solution, the how is going to come into doing. And once the how come into doing, it builds my next C, which is my confidence to keep doing it over and over. What my clients do, they would take the Joyful Tribe model, and then after that, they will build onto their existing model. Because that's what it is, right? You learn something, you build your own unique way of doing it, right? And you call it your own unique thing. You call your own unique thing. So they build on their own unique thing from a pieces, because that's how you learn. You take a piece of what your mama said, a piece of what your daddy said, a piece of what this person said. All of that became your principle of why you do things, right? So that's all cultural, all of that. So you're already doing it anyway. Right? You already just don't know that you're doing it, but you're doing it. And then you once you get clear on what the model, now let me explain something to you. You can't get clear by yourself. Drop mic. How can you have a problem and you think you are going to solve your own problem? I'll wait. I'll wait. If you don't know how to drive a car, how are you going to learn how to drive a car? You going to turn the car on and go if you don't know how to drive a car? If you don't know how to ride a bike, you just going to ride a bike? I just pray that I'm not on the road when you're trying to learn how to drive a car. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, if you're in the preset burn. Oh my gosh. Yes. If you don't know how, so the problem is the only way to get clear in the principle formula, clear, confident, and consistent, the only way to get clear is you have to seek external help to bring out your internal solution. Okay, you missed that. Let me say it again. It's only way to get clear to solve the problem, the money problem you're having in your business, the impact problem, the problem to impact more lives you have in business. Remember, I say you're a disciple, you're bringing people to God, right? And while you're doing it, they'll pay you to do it. Remember, I say that, okay? Because you're going to shift their belief system and the way they think using your industry, your vehicle to do that. Okay, so if I have a problem, I'm gonna give you an example. I had a problem, and for a long, I don't take. I had cut off taking sales call. I only take sales call during something that a master class and a launch or whatever, right? Because I don't have time to make up people's mind. Like the results is in the pudding. So I don't have, So once it's and here's the thing I don't do, y'all. Yeah, I don't follow up. Like I know they say follow up, but I'm like, I have too much leads coming in. The system works too well for me. So it's kind of like I'm not chasing you because I solve the problem you have. And I clearly am the example that the problem worked. So I don't have time to chase you. You're the one with the problem, not me, right? So I don't do that follow-up system. We don't do that. We don't do that, right? Because it wouldn't even make sense. Like if you're the one in pain, if I'm the one in toothache, the doctor don't come to your office and say, "Hey, I heard you're in toothache." No, you go to the doctor and said, "I'm ready. How much does it cost? Because I'm ready to get this tooth out so I can stop being in pain." The doctor will say, "Hey, I'm just following up with you. Are you still?" No, the doctor will follow up with you after you pay him to follow up with you through your insurance. Okay? Okay. Through your insurance. Right? After you pay him your insurance. So I don't teach the follow up. See, no. For one person, no, y'all already know, like it's 20 yeses. So that don't even make sense to me, right? If you're have an illness or you have a situation, the person who has a solution is not the person come and check on you. Hey, are you okay? You have to tell the person, I am ready. When we go to an emergency room when the pain is so bad, you went and got help. You went and got help, right? So I don't know why in our industry where we teach this, oh, they didn't say yes, and we had to follow. No. He said she has jokes. That for the record, it's not for anyone here. I'm just talking, and you shouldn't do it either. You shouldn't do it either. I don't teach the follow up. There's too many people ready to say yes to sit there and keep following up with somebody to check. Because I'm not trying to change your mind or convince you. I'm trying to persuade you. Persuade you is doing the thing that you were going to do anyway, but giving you the light bulb to do it. That's it. That's what persuading is. I'm trying to persuade you. I'm not trying to convince you. I'm trying to persuade you, like, hey, you have a problem. It seems like you need this solution to be able to help you with the problem. And you should do the same thing for your ideal client. You're trying to persuade them on an action that they were planning to take anyway. You already had the pain before I met you. Your clients already had the pain before they met you. They already had the pain. So you didn't cause the pain. You didn't cause the pain. The pain was already there. So why are you chasing them to fix the pain when clearly it's not bad enough because they would have get it fixed? If you come home and your light is off, right? That's the pain. You're in the dark. You're going to either borrow from your cousin them to fix that pain, to pay for that light bill. Right? If one day I literally told my husband, like, yeah, I paid the Wi-Fi bill. I paid the bill. My son come home, Mommy, there's no Wi-Fi. I'm like, oh no, there must be an outage. I didn't pay the bill. Right? Boy, they were like, why not? You think I did something crazy, right? So the Wi-Fi people didn't call me and say, hey, by the way, but no, they're like, what? That's what I have a problem. Follow up, unless it's already an investment, right? Follow up is great only if there's already pre-investment into the deal. Like I would say, my clients, hey, I haven't seen you in class. What's going on? That's an investment because you already show that you're interested. But if no, stick with your pain. Like doctors know that you come in, oh no, I'm good, and don't come back. Oh, we'll see y'all next week because the pain gonna get so severe, you have to come right back. And that's the way you have to look at your clients as well. That is the way you have to look at clients. So you got to get clear, you got to get confident, and you got to get consistent, right? Once you're clear on the solution for the problem, then you say even if you don't know the how, because the how comes when you start doing. The confidence come when you start doing. And all you have to do is follow one course until successful. Focus. Follow one course until successful. That's an acronym for focus. Because principle states that if I do something consistently, it would generate the results that I desire. So all I have to do is learn how to be consistent with this one thing, one blueprint. And while I'm doing the blueprint, I'm learning the stages. And that's all I have to do, ladies and gentlemen, for success in your financial business. That is all you have to do. Get clear on what you're doing. Keep doing it till you become confident in it, and get confident. And while you get confident in it, you're going to keep doing it consistently because you're confident. If you're not doing this, that's because you're not clear. If you're not clear, you're not confident. If you're not confident, you damn sure inconsistent. Okay? So because it all goes together. Makes sense? Makes sense. Makes sense. She said I have to jump off. Thank you. It was much great. Thank you. Yes, love is just being patient is one of the main takeaway and clarity. Yes, correct, correct. The main takeaway is finding the that works for you, and then make sure that you do it so you can even get more clearer. Yes. All righty, guys. All right. What question do you have for me before I hop off? I'm about to jump off. What question do you have for me? Make sure you go back to this replay. We are joined here every Monday, and we have a couple of master classes that's coming up. So we're going to tell you more about that at another time. But in the meantime, in between time, it's your girl Sherri Somerville. Thank you for joining me, and I hope you use the 3C principle for success in your financial business. Get clear, confident, and consistent. Thank you.